Where do you see Techlore headed in the next 2 years? I'm going to answer that unless there's something else that you see.
We've been doing a lot of talking about that lately, so
Yeah,
it's a good question.
yeah. But I'm looking to go more in a like personal direction with things. So I really want to talk more about my privacy journey, my security journey on the Techlore channel, and give more personal insight, personal opinions, personal looks. So rather than it being more of a like, here's what the community commonly suggests that you do to make your browser more private and secure. So more professional, more scripted. I want to make things a little bit more personal. And I think many of you may have already noticed this direction the last couple months as I start to make more content that's like, here's my browser journey, here's what happened. And it really reflects a lot of different things that I'm doing as well. You know, it's reflecting how things are produced behind the scenes, how things are scripted, what videos I even make in the first place. I'm just looking to add more of my personal value into this because I feel like there's already so much. Like back when I started YouTube, in like 2014, there was no privacy and security content, none at all, pretty much on YouTube, which is why I started making content. And back then, there was a lot of value to just tell people like, oh hey, here's like some good privacy browsers, here's some good security browsers, blah blah blah. And now I think that's less valuable. I still want to do it, and I'm still going to do it, but I want to maybe move away, because previously I'd say it was like 80% informational, 20% personal. I want to make this more 50-50, I would say, is probably the best way to articulate this. So that way, like on Techlore, you're going to see a lot more Henry, just personal. Here's my thoughts, here's my opinions, and also here's like the more formal stuff that you guys need. So guides, tutorials, recaps, and things like that. So hopefully a lot more reviews as well, where I can just talk about things. But no one likes our reviews because they're too critical.
I think it's good to be critical, to be honest.
I think
This
so
is the
too.
only way that these products are going to improve, and they just have to deal with the negative. I mean, it's not even really, it's usually constructive criticism, which is
Right.
the point, right?
It's not like I just
You
go in a
gotta improve
review and I'm
things.
like, I hate them because their logo's orange. It's like, no, it's like, hey, like, no, like this kind of sucked. Like this other service I used had this feature and you guys don't have this feature, and I consider this feature a staple and I'm upset. Is that really that
Yeah,
bad? That's not wrong. That's like, I'm allowed to like criticize things. And I also, you know what? And I get it. Like, if I'm gonna throw stones, I should expect to receive stones thrown back at me. So I get it. But also, people have a weird
yeah.
expectation for what a review is. A review is a review.
I don't know. You brought this up twice now, and I was just kind of thinking that I think it's difficult to differentiate between like actual feedback on your videos versus like just people being blind fans of whatever service you're reviewing, or even like
It's hard.
possibly in some cases associated with the service themselves. Not that that happens for a lot of these reviews, but like it's possible on the internet where like people try to create this false engagement on reviews, and it makes reviews like just in general more difficult, right? Across the internet as a whole.
It's so hard.
And I think that like most people get more value from reviews that are critical than reviews that just say, "Yep, everything is great," right? So, so I definitely, it seems like the right direction to go. Obviously, is to just cover it as comprehensively as possible. I don't know why. I don't think it, to me, pushback against that kind of thing doesn't seem super legitimate. So it's hard for me to take it seriously when I see stuff like that, you know? I
Me
don't know
too.
if that's your impression of it, but
It's
that's how I see
similar.
it.
I don't know what the advantage is for us, like the privacy community that's already like non-existent in the world statistically. You know, like we're like, you know, like a fraction of a percentage of the total population of the world is in the privacy world. Like, why does it matter if all of us are trying to like just pretend like there aren't problems with services that we use? Because if our goal is to get like 99 plus percent of people in the world to use these services, they're going to be having like standards for things. And so like if we
Right.
can actually make the services that good, then people are going to be more likely to use those services. And I have an obligation, like I have like this channel and I have an obligation to be honest and truthful. Like that is like a reputation. That is what I'm going to do. The moment I start like being like, well, if I'm not gonna I don't want to be too harsh on them because then people new to the privacy world are gonna be like, they're not gonna use the service. No, like it's just an honest review. I'm gonna be honest about what privacy is, what it isn't, what security is, what security isn't. And if people want bullshit, they can go to a different channel. That's just not
Yeah.
what's going to be here. And shoot, what did you say? There was something else you said that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I constantly feel gaslit, and that's like that's like literally the life of a creator if you even bother to look at criticism. Like I'm constantly gaslit because like there's always a little bit of truth, I think, to every criticism. Like, if someone is like, oh, like, your reviews are way... Dude, in the same review, in the Proton Pass review, literally, the same freaking review, you were too nice. You were too harsh. Comments. So, like, think about that. If, like, it's impossible to be a creator and read those comments and not even give it, like, a shred or like a brain cell of attention to see how truthful it is. It's not possible. Like, there is always going to be a small part of you that at least reflects on it for, like, a split second before you just write it off and be like, it's just an annoying person on the internet. But, like, even for that split second, like, you're constantly gaslighting yourself. Like, no matter what you say or what you publish, there's always going to be two people who interpret it the same way. And really, what actually is really nice for me, and actually I think the only thing I really look for with feedback, is I look at the like-dislike ratio. That's, like, by far the best way to know if something I did was good. And it almost always is, because other people are just going to leave a like or a dislike and move on with their day. Because that's what I do. If I watch a crap video, I'm not going to waste time leaving a comment on the video. Like, who do you think I am? I'm just going to leave a dislike and move on and find a better video. So when something doesn't have a good like-dislike ratio, I look to see why. And this is why I tell you, if I had it my way, no YouTube comments. In fact, like, we already did this on YouTube, because on Odyssey, I'm so tired. On Odyssey, no comments. PeerTube, I already opened an issue on PeerTube at some point. Like, they have their forum. I was like, globally disable comments per channel. Like, as a content creator, I should have the ability to turn off comments on PeerTube so that no comments appear on videos. And I would do the same thing on YouTube. But the problem with YouTube, and the main reason why I don't disable comments on YouTube, is because there would otherwise be no way for a new person to our channel to have any kind of feedback to know that it's, like, legitimate. Because back in the day, people can look at a like-dislike ratio. If a guide with if, like, a Next DNS tutorial with no comments had a super good like-dislike ratio, you can just write it off and be like, oh, this creator doesn't like comments, but they have a good like-dislike ratio. It's a good video. I'm going to spend time on this video. But now that likes and dislikes, the dislikes are hidden, and if we removed comments, there would be no instant feedback for people to be able to see that it's a legitimate video. And, like, we've talked about engagement too, and how, like, most likely comments are good for engagement, which YouTube likes, which makes us perform better. But I'd say for me, the main thing is just, like, I want, like, someone new to the channel to feel comfortable, and I think the comments are a good way to do that. But if it weren't for that, I would much rather just shut off all the instant comments and just ask people to email feedback if they had feedback. Because that's where you're going to get real feedback, is, like, someone who takes the time to send an email to someone. You're probably still going to get some annoying stuff, but, like, if someone actually articulates their complaints in an email, that's actually, like, something I can work off of. And we do get those, by the way. Like, we get really valuable emails from individuals who are like, hey, you covered this. I want to let you know I have this accessibility issue. I can't see things, and I want you to make you aware of this one problem I have so you can make this change in your content, because I want to see your content get better. It's very different than, LOL, you're stupid. On YouTube. And I'm like, well, why am I stupid? Like, let me know. I want to know. I can make it better. If you want me to be less stupid, I'll do it for you. I'll do anything you want, please.